an outline of why we're here today is President of the Alaska Professional Firefighters Association, Mark Dragus.
Good morning. Standing before you are firefighters representing the 500 members of the Alaska Professional Firefighters Association who provide fire protection, emergency medical services, emergency rescue capabilities in Alaska municipalities of Ketchikan and Fairbanks. Together we respond to 75% of the 911 calls in the state of Alaska. We're gathered here to show our support for someone who has been a longtime friend of firefighters. From his early days on the Anchorage Assembly, Mark Begich realized that the effective delivery of emergency services is essential to the health of a stable community. And as mayor, he made improving public safety one of his top priorities. Mayor Begich proposed significant funding increases to both the fire and police departments to accomplish this. Anchorage citizens responded to the city's calls for new investments in public safety by approving millions of dollars in bond packages. Under Mark Begich, the city has made major investments to 3 fire stations to provide improved response capabilities. Fire Station 15 in Southport, Station 4 in Midtown, and Station 10 in Bear Valley. Future investments include a new fire training center to accommodate the additional complexities and specialties of fire and EMS response training. In addition to Fire Station 12, to provide for an additional engine company in the Diamond area, and improvements to Fire Station 5 in Spenard, Station 3 in Airport Heights, and Station 11 in Eagle River. Mayor Begich has also worked hard to secure funding for equipment and apparatus that are vital for the delivery of emergency services and critical for the safety of our brother and sister firefighters. He's worked hard to increase staffing to provide better service to the public and to provide increased safety for our members. Yes, Mark Begich has done much to improve emergency services in Anchorage, but in the end, it's not the stations that make a good fire department, it's not the fire engines, it's not the equipment, although they are important. As the brave, hard-working men and women who spend a third of their lives in those stations respond to emergency on those fire engines that are the true measure of a good fire department, and Mark Begich knows this. That's why we're here today, because Mayor Begich cares about firefighters. He's taken the time to listen to us and to get to know us. He is concerned about us, our safety, and our families. He knows the issues that are most important to us. The need for an adequate, continued research for firefighter safety, the need for an adequate and dignified retirement, the right of all public safety employees to bargain collectively with their employers just as the firefighters in Anchorage do, and the need for adequate federal funding for the equipment needed to respond to the ever-increasing role firefighters play in homeland security. For we truly are the nation's first responders in times of disaster, whether they be at the hands of man or nature. As a U.S. Senator, Mark Begich will be there to support the needs of firefighters and the departments in which they serve. I look at Mark Begich's accomplishments as mayor of Anchorage with a somewhat different perspective than those that might be around me. I'm the president of the Alaska Professional Firefighters Association, and as a statewide association, we're from all over. Myself, I am a battalion chief in the Fairbanks Fire Department. I've watched from afar the progress Anchorage has made as a community these last 5 years, and I am very impressed. Anchorage has become a vibrant and exciting place. And as for the Anchorage Fire Department, they're a very proud lot. Either man or woman, they're extremely proud to be an Anchorage firefighter. That says a lot about their union, their chief, Craig Goodrich, and especially their mayor. With that, we proudly give Mark Begich the endorsement of the Alaska Professional Firefighters Association and pledge to work hard to make him the next senator from Alaska.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mark Bryan, for those great words, and for all the firefighters and folks that are here behind me. You know, I was in Fairbanks on Monday, and it was truly an awesome event there to celebrate Labor Day, but to also be flanked by firefighters up in Fairbanks community. And to lead the Fairbanks Labor Day parade, besides the band in front of us, was the firefighters leading us. I'm pleased and honored to receive this endorsement from firefighters who are part of this organization across this great state of ours. we all know the importance of firefighters are among the most trusted and respected working men and women in our country. And having their support behind me is a great experience for me as a Senate candidate, but also I know who they represent and what they're about. As mayor, I've always made public safety the #1 priority. As Mark mentioned, over the last 5 years, we have made significant investments in our fire department. From the fire stations to many that are underway now for remodeling and renovation. But the one that I want to point also is the training center, which we hope to break ground in the next 60 days. That facility, which is very important, not only for every day, but for the whole state. That facility is utilized by many folks from the first responders from across the state to utilize as a training opportunity. As a U.S. Senator, I will support the federal legislation in this area, including the SAFER Act. The SAFER Act provides communities with grant money to hire and train firefighters. I was disappointed when President Bush took all the funding out of the SAFER Act out of the fiscal 2009 budget. Congress put back the $230 million to restore those cuts with Homeland Security appropriation budget. This money will truly be well spent in communities across this country. Next week, we will be honoring the 7th anniversary of 9/11, and we'll remember once again the commitment and dedication of the firefighters. I'm honored and humbled to receive this support today. There is no question in my mind what I'll bring to the U.S. Senate. One, strong support for firefighters and paramedics and first responders. But also I'll bring a local perspective of how those dollars can be used to have the greatest impact for first responders as well as obviously firefighters and paramedics. It's an experience that I think is needed more than ever in the U.S. Senate, bringing those true ground-level experiences at the table of the U.S. Senate when we're talking about these types of investments of tax dollars, protecting our communities first, not only firefighting, police, but Homeland Security. Again, it's an honor to receive this endorsement from such a great group of folks who represent our state and represent this country. Thank you very much. From such a great group of folks who represent our state.